Here we go. Every clue contains a misprint of one letter. In 21 instances, the misprinted letter can be exchanged for a letter taken from the clue's answer. For example, thing charged in darkness, 5, could be read as thing changed in darkness. So thing changed. An anagram clue for night, because it's an anagram of thing, by substituting N from the answer from the misprinted R in the clue. The exchange is completed by substituting the R for the N in the answer. So there's going to be misprints in 21 of the clues, and a letter from the answer will come into the clue, and a letter from the clue will go back into the answer. Long preamble for all of that. Alterations to answers always occur in a crossing entry, so it's checked, that's fine. But sadly, this exchange process will not work for 19 clues. You must correct their misprints, but their answers are entered without alteration, so the misprinted letters have to go somewhere else. In clue order, read the corrected letters in these 19 clues to find out where these misprinted letters must go. Every letter of the alphabet is seen as a misprint at least once. So that is a long preamble. But essentially, every clue has a misprint, and in some of the clues, we swap that letter for a letter in the answer. In others, we won't do that. That is the general gist. So allow me a first go at all the things. I mean, I'm gonna. What can I do? Can I do? No, I can't do that. Well, we will just. If I do this or this, I'm gonna keep as much of that preamble, which is the least useful half of it anyway, on the screen. But yeah, we will just have to remind ourselves as we go along. There isn't, but given that night became right, I would assume that it has to be a valid word at the end. So it doesn't say that, but I would assume that all the final answers will still be valid words. Good question, though. Here we go. This was published in January 2014. May have been in a newspaper or another publication before that, but in the collection that I have, that was published in January 2014. Were interested movers right next to interstate given transportation? Were interested movers right next to interstate given transportation? I have a feeling this is going to be a difficult crossword. Work could be here. Movers right next to interstate, so right could be R, interstate's probably I, it's in the I-35, I-90, I-3.141596, whatever. Given transportation, that's going to be the definition. I'm going to move on for that. Marge swallowed, consuming Temp's Starbuck order. Okay. So I think it's going to be large or something. So what are the Starbucks? Well, there's venti. That'd be veiny with it. So consuming temp. So temp is T for temperature, possibly. So we're going to put T in whatever Marge is, but I think that could be large or Sarge. So there's a Starbucks, or it could be a latte, late. I think the Starbucks order is a latte, and it's tea in late. So how does this gimmick work again? So we may not swap out. Okay, not all the clues are going to swap out. So I think it's just no. If it's late, it's mange, barge, carge, Marge swallowed. Why is swallowed there? Okay, Hollow, let's get this off to a good start by having one of these clues solved. Is it latte? So Starbucks order is going to be latte. It could be a mocha. It is latte. Okay, is it late with a T in it? And if so, how do we get to late? Barge isn't late. It's not late with a T in it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So the Starbucks order, obviously that is the latte. There may be a letter from latte coming out. Oh, so it's L for large. That's your misprint. Swallowed is 8, and that consumes temp for tea. There we go. So it is latte, and I don't think there's any swap. There's no swap coming out of that one. So that is the first of the of the 19. Count them. We'll have to. Where's the justification? Why can't I find the justification? Alignment. There we go. There we are. So that's the first of the 19. Is it worth keeping count? It probably is. 1 out of 19. Well, then it would give us matte. And in this one, that's darkness. So the definition was night, but there's a misprint in the answer as well. So Starbucks order is latte. So I don't think there is a change because we get matte, but that isn't in the definition of the clue. Because in this one, oh no, forming a new grid entry right. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. No, I've read that wrong. That is the thing. The clue was for night, but then it got just changed to right. Oh, so it could be matte. Let's say that it is matte. Released Man of Steel or a Pacino retrospective in Park. Released Man of Steel or a Pacino retrospective in Park. So Pacino will be Al. Man of Steel, I want that to be... Oh, it's Superman. Exactly, Fudgery. It is that. I was misreading it. I thought it also had to obey the clue, but unfortunately it does not. Release feels like it's the definition, but we always know... So there is always a spelling mistake in the clue. It's just in 21 of them, we swap it with the answer. I'm going to come back to that one because I can see 11. 11 is my favourite. It's a hidden element spanning Morricone opus. But how can that be? Because there is no... Yeah, but if you do neon... that means there's a P change there. Does that mean we could then, in theory, get peon? So I think peon, and that gives us that there. It might well be worth tactically going to the downs soon. So that N from that. So we don't need these letters. I am going to keep them. I'm going to keep them here, but those letters are not needed because we need the letters where it's not being replaced. Yup, yes indeed. So I'm going to do the first half of the acrosses, and then I'm going to shift to at least the downs in this bit, because that's going to work out quite well, I think. Can operator save face in Phoenix? Can operator save face in Phoenix? Cab operator maybe instead? We know it's 5 letters, that's all we know. Face in Phoenix. Phoenix is in Arizona, but save, I think a driver, cab operator, van operator, is something like that. I'm giving myself more information here. So, hologram. Tricksy one, is it? Can could be tin. Operator could be like a mathematical operator. Save face in Phoenix. Oh, it could be river. Yes, it is exactly that, because it's River Phoenix. So so it is a cab operator. And I don't think we can put that B in river anywhere. So I think that's just on its own. I think there's no swap going on there. I think that's River Phoenix. And it's cab operator, which is a driver, except for its first letter, its face. So take off the first letter of driver, you get river. Find 7 in Panama Canal, pitching a fact book. Find 7 in Panama Canal, pitching a fact book. 7 is VII, so I don't like that as Roman numeral, so we won't do that. 7 in Panama Canal. I think 7 has the definition. Has the misprint, so it's likely to be maybe sever, which could be cut, and put that in a Panama Canal. Oh no, ditching A. If we ditch A, so ditching A rather than pitching, and we get a fact book. Now, what fact books are there? Thesaurus, Dictionary, Almanac. That's got 7 letters. There we go. It is Almanac. Now, why? Because canal. Oh, pitching could be an anagram indicator here. So it is an anagram of canal A and M. It's not a hit. Oh, unless it is a hidden. No, it's not a hidden though, is it? Good evening, Grubber Van. Hope you're doing well. It could have been. Normally they would do it as a digit if that was the case, catnip, but in this case it turns out not to have been. How does this one parse? It's definitely Almanac. It does look anagrammy, agreed. Ditching a fact. Or it needs to ditch a pan, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to put Almanac in because at the very least 7 of those letters are correct. Hooray! Most of those letters that are putting in the grid are probably correct. But 7 isn't in there. So what is it? Sever? Sever's not in there. In Panama Canal. Canal is basically backwards. Ugh. Ditching a pan. But pan, how do we get pan? Could pan be the... Oof. If it is, that's very cryptic effrontery, and I'm not sure I like it. Anyway, we're going to come back to that one. More or less to the right of the loader of treasure chest. More or less to the right of the loader of treasure chest. Loafer? I think loader feels like a word ripe for change. Goader. Louder. More or less, approximately-ish, to the right of louder. So louder could be F for forte. I think pitching is the anagram indicator there. For those of you who are new, there is a spelling mistake in every clue, and sometimes that letter will swap with the letter in the answer. More or less, ish, maybe. Or so. It's torso, because it's T and also. So it's not the loader of treasure, it's the first letter of treasure. So chest is the definition for torso. Loader needs to have its thing changed to the header, to the leader. So that's the leader of treasure chest. So that is definitely torso. Now, are we getting any swapping going on? So that We're getting an O and an E potential swap. Torse isn't a thing. So I think that's just normal. So I'm going to put in, let me just check. Which one am I putting in? It is the corrected letters. So that's cab operator and leader. Yeah, don't like either of those. Toso, Eorso, Torio. It's none of those. A quality about ground mines in blackout. A quality about ground mines in blackout. Nice. Should really stick to the downs in this top right in a minute. I'll probably do that. A quality about ground mines in blackout. Not spotting that. I feel like mines is the word that's going to change. Oh, ground can be around, can't it? Equality about could be C. Around, yeah, I'm going to come back to that. 19, and then I am going to go to these down clues in the top right. Puts an end to spies coming ever. It's got to be coming over, surely. Puts an end to spies coming over. So it's spies or agents or moles, and it's reversed maybe. I feel like it's coming over. Good evening, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Puts an end to stops. Yes, it is, isn't it? Now, Mark and anyone else who's got it, help me with the pars. It puts an end to, you stop, you spy, it's spot. So that's going to be steps, because the E and the O is going to change, and it's coming over. So I think that's steps instead, because that O and E is a nice swap. So let's have a look at 6 down, which is surely memos, but let's check. Divers may set up products for display. Oh dear. Maybe rivers? Is there a mamos, memos, mimos, momos, mummos? I mean, a momo is a dumpling, isn't it? Isn't it? Have I completely imagined that? Sure, a momo is a dumpling. In Tibetan cooking, a steamed dumpling, yes, but so it could be momo. For 6 down. Maybe set up for products for display. Divers may. Of course, that M may not be right. What do you think the answer is, Arch, then? Products for display. Wares? Goods? Well, at least 7 down. Oh, we're coming to 7 down very early. At least I could do that one. We'll go on to that next. Definition is products for display. Demos. Okay. Products for misplay. Because we have to swap a D from the clue then into it. No, it's all right. Divers may, so demos. Divers day. Oh yes, we need to swap out an M, don't we? So it's that M. And if it's demos, then what's Divers Day then? Is that a demo? That is not something that I've heard of. So we get that there. So that's demos, which turn into memos. We've got a D and an M swapping there. Okay. Mayonnaise tarp is messed up in studios. That's definitely messed up. So it's an I and an E that's swapping because we get apartments. Because that's an anagram of mayonnaise tarp. Is that an exact anagram? A-P-A-R-T. I mean, yes, that anagram is correct. Is messed up. Can we swap an E for an I? Apartments? I don't think we can. So the new letter that comes in there is an E. Apartments. Okay. 8 down. Apartments. Yes, they would be clean and fresh. This is true. Oh no! And I even said it, bloody. I even set myself up for waterfall. I don't know what the clue is. That clue was brought to you by 7 Down, who have never paid me for any promotional consideration. If that clue was 7 Down, then that's 7 Up, or vice versa. Offer a fast food chicken product with something for sipping. Offer a fast food chicken product with something for sipping. Well, I want that to be a crispy nugget. Fast food. Okay, a tender, which is becoming tenser, apparently, because of what we've got going on there, because it's not tordo. So it's got to be a chicken tender. So we've got a D and an S that's swapping. Something for dipping. Something for dipping. So the letter that's going in is a D. Are we but we are swapping, so we don't need it there. There we go. It's relatively straightforward, even though I will absolutely admit that I do not understand this crossword. 9 down. Cane is lettered as a precaution. Cane is lettered as a precaution. Oh, well, I want that to be in case. That's in case. Ha! But we're swapping out an I and an E, and we're getting en case instead. Which is one word, of course. Wow. Okay, so what are we swapping here? Cane is littered. Littered for an anagram indicator. There we go. Hollow agrees with me. Okay. So there we are. Let's have a look at this one. 17 down. Choice potion choked. Yeah, okay. So it's an anagram of potion, which is option. But it's not choked. Shocked. Effrontery. Yes, you did. To be fair, I did as well. I did. But yeah, effrontery. You'll just have to wait for crossword number 2. Sad times. So what are we changing? One letter away from choked. Cooked. Love it. So can we put an extra H in? We can't put an H in that. So I'm happy that that O is going to go in there. So we've got option there. Okay. Option. Yeah. Let's go to 5 down. A source in Cuba. I see you, effrontery. I feel your pain. A source in Cuba was first misguided to Rivermouth. Feels like Delta with an L and a T there, doesn't it? A source in Cuba was first misguided to Rivermouth. In Cuba, in cube, in was first misguided, so that's led. Oh, hang on. Was first misguided at led and at are all reversed in there. So diver mouth. Maybe I don't like it. What's a source in Cuba? Source in. Wow, I'm struggling with the gimmick on this one, but it's definitely delta. I'm going to put that in. One of those letters may be incorrect at this point in time. Let's try the other downs in this top half. It is. Word Franks, pure Franks tainted slightly, becoming lethal. I think Franks is a word that's going to change, like pranks. We know we've got an R in it. Or the L, because is Armagnac a thing? Oh no, it's got a G in it. I think. Pure. 1, 2, 3. So 6 letters and the third letter is R. Oh, I like that. So tainted. So becoming lethal. So P-E-R, lethal. Perish? Maybe perish? Okay. Gonna come back to that one. 2 down. Thunder's latent PE. Sorry, why is flanks PE? Because it'd be the flanks of pure, i.e. the first and last letters, like the flanks of something or its outsides. But Thunder's latent Sunday without hailstorms. We got a V in there. Thunder. Latent. That feels like a word that could change. Sunday, S, without, or sun, hail, storms. Rail. Of course, that V is. Do we know about that V? Okay, Hollow's got it. We do know that that is V. So happy with that is a V. Okay, first letter, please, Hollow. I mean, thunder, boom, echo, raver? Break out your glow sticks and molly. Raves? Something like that? Thunder, you rave? Sunday without hail? It's got to be something to do with raving because he's talked about glow sticks in the chat. Thunder, maybe grave or latent Sunday. Thunder's latest. So that is R. Sunday without hail. And then around. Why around Avenue? Oh, that form of hail. Hail is in Ave Caesar. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's raves. And we've swapped out an N for an S. So I think that's going to become Raven. So there we go. This crossword. This is a toughie. This is an absolute toughie, given that we're half an hour in and we're well under halfway through. 3 down. He panned plays in French colonies freely, leaving out little. He panned plays in French colonies freely, leaving out little. Oh, okay. I think it's going to be Raven, but it could indeed be Knaves. Because it could be... because we had raves. So... Oh, yes. Yes, the S had to swap out, yes, because it's a swap between the answer and the clue. 3 down, I'm not spotting, going to go to 4. Joy radio not starting. Elation for station or something like that. Joy is elation. Radio. relation, tillation, malation, and then because that L could easily get swapped out for something. Go for it, Hollow. Oh, of course, I need to make so ratio, and then it is relation. Okay. So D is radio becomes ratio, so a D becomes a T. Eladion isn't a word, so that D is in the message, and we know that elation is the word. Does this help us with a few of the acrosses? Let's now have a look at one across. We're interested movers right next to interstate given transportation. Carried? Is it carried? Oh, Meredith. Oh, well, I've got absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea what's going on. Basically, there are misprints in all the clues, and in some of them, they swap with the letter in the answer. So the answer to this one, the answer was actually latte, but Marge should have been large, so that L became an M, so an M in, so an L became, so the L, so the M moved from Marge to latte. So what I want that to be carried. Given transportation was carried. Cared. Yeah, it's cared around RI. Right. And interstate. So it's cared around RI. And were interested was cared. Movers, that's got to be... that's got to be a word meaning around. Lovers? Covers. Thank you, Arch. Bing. And then the M becomes a C, so a C becomes an M. Married. There we go. So we've got married. Oh, dear. What is... Oh, no, it starts here, so it's a 7-letter... Released Man of Steel or a Pacino retrospective in Park. I mean, Al is there. Released is free. Or freed. Oh, yes, Meredith. Yes, it is. Just because it hurts my head. The clues and actually the gimmicks and everything like that are actually okay. It's just I can't get my head around it. As I'm sure I'm not the only one. In Park. Well, it could be Lark. Let me know if you get 10. I'm going to look at 18 again, because that IA is much more useful to play with. A quality about ground mines in Blackout. A quality about ground mines in Blackout. Evening, Colonel. I will go over the gimmick again because you can't see all of the gimmick when the grid is in play. Basically, there are misprints in all the clues, and for some of them, that misprint will swap with a letter in the answer, and that really hurts. That really hurts my head. Wait for me to say okay, and then you can say the answer, or at least give clues. Yeah, put G if you've got it. So like G10 as Mark has done. Sorry, different Mark. And CSO, good evening. You got 10 across. Okay, what is the first letter from all of... that I need to put in here? What is the first letter of 10 across? Let's see if you all agree. So from CS and Mark and Colonel. So Mark says P. P, but we've got an S from CS. But this might be to do with the swapping. Oh no, we've got more P. We've got P. So released on paroled then, because the paroled can become parolee. Now why would it be paroled? So a D needs to swap with an E and an E needs to swap with a D. in dark rather than park. So released man is the definition of steel. Of steel or a pacino. So it's... Oh, it's a hidden! Oh no, it's a hidden. It's my favourite one. In part. Oh. Yeah. So in part, so that K becomes a T, but that can't, there's no swap happening with the letter in the clue, so it's just Paroli, but it's literally hidden in steel or a pacino. Oh dear. Bah humbug. That's not looking great. IOR. What have we got going on here for 3 down? He panned plays in French colonies freely, leaving out little. Now, did we have a potential... Whoops, did we have a potential change for river? No, we've got a B, so I don't think we do, so... So, because it was carried. You don't think the B was the change in river? Let's have a look. Cab operator. So the N changes to a B, so there's nothing going on in here. It's cab operator. So that's fine. Happy with that. Oh, car operator. And then you could have riven. Right. That is an unlucky change. So, iron, leaving out little. He panned or he canned. So ionized, iron. He panned plays in French. I think it's a French person who was a critic. So I'm after a French critic. Colonies freely, leaving out little. So it's an anagram of colonies, but missing the letter L. So that is Ionosk. Is it that? Because it's an anagram of colonies, but the letter L. Is it something like that? Go for it in the chat. I'm happy to be told this one. I think I've worked out what's going on. Ionesco. There we go, Ionesco. There we are. So, what is the change? What is the misprint in this one? He penned. Ooh, okay. Well, there's no change going in the anagram there, so that is a new E. Okay. As I say, absolutely no idea what's going on. So we know this starts with M. Pure Franks, tainted slightly, becoming lethal. Morbid. Morose. Mortal. Because that is lethal. Lethal is mortal. Now, why is it that? Pure Franks, tainted slightly. Now, there's a thing that needs to change. French dramatist, born in Romania. Theatre of the absurd. Yes. Moral for pure. Okay, and then it flanks. There's the flanks. We were right with that. R becomes L. And we get mortal. And we can swap out that L for the L in here and get mortar. Okay. So this one, 18 across. Amnesia? Amnesia fits. A quality about ground mines. So ground mines, anagram of mines, and is a quality AA in blackout. In blankout. Definitely amnesia. I mean, blackout would work. Blankout would work. Mine's ground is definitely an anagram indicator, and that's going in AA. It is a quality, just an AA, because that's a really good quality. Gonna move on. Can about be the letter A? Then what's the word quality doing? Moving on. Going to move on. Let's have a look at 20, which I think is a new clue. Stick up old company policies in front for a future policy officer. Stick up old company policies in front for a future policy officer. So, okay. And then... Oh, a blank. If you blank out, that's your amnesia, isn't it? So that's C becomes N, and there's that's not going to be a C. So we can put in the letter C there. No, the letter N. Go the wrong way around. Stick. So it's probably rod up old company policies in front for a future policy officer. Oh, it's a future police officer, isn't it? That Y is going to become an E. It's a future police officer, so it's like a rookie or a raccoon or a cadet. So old company. That feels like that's going to be OCO. In front for a RoboCop, because he's literally a police officer of the future. This is good. Now why? So it's Rod. I mean, RoboCod was a game in the 90s, but that can't be where they're going up there. RoboCop. Old company policies. Why is it? A stick up is a rob. Yeah, if you rob, you stick them up. So rob over old company. Policies in the front. First letter of policies is P for a future police officer. RoboCop. Nothing gets swapped out of there. So we can put an E in there because E is replacing Y. 15 down. With this crossword, I am now going to use every help that I can get. So if this has got letters, I'm using them. Let's do 15 down. Tends to fire groups up, making endorsement. Tends to fire groups up, making endorsement. I've not seen RoboCop, so any RoboCop references you give to me will absolutely flop, in my opinion. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. RoboCod, however, great little platformer from the early 1990s. I'm going to say mid-1990s, actually. Let's say 94. Endorsement feels like the answer. Tends to, you care, you... Tends. Lends to. How about lends? Loans. Fire groups up. Making endorsement. Tends to fire is Stokes. And it's going to become Smokes. So it's Stokes. Now, why is it Stokes? Mends. No, tends to fire. Taking endorsement. So sets, reversed. Groups is your sets, that's reversed. It's taking, not making, but taking endorsement. So we put OK, you give the endorsement, you give the OK. Put that in the middle, and then we get Stokes. But that's going to become Smokes, because we swapped an M and a T, so we can swap a T and an M. Woo! Okay, well, what have we got going on here? 13. Startling news! Eeyore's pen is locked! Eye-opening. Because that's startling. Eeyore's pen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In fact, the definition is just startling news. And then it's not locked. It's absolutely Meredith. What is that? Oh, no. It's eye openers. Let's do the anagram properly, which you're about to all tell me in the chat, I know. Mocked, possibly. Docked. It's not docked. Mocked is... Rocked is a stronger anagram indicator. We've got another vote for rocked. In that case, I'm going to do that. Eye openers. That R can't become an L, so that R, and that means locked becomes rocked, so that is an R. Okay. Let's try this one. We know it's got some E's in it. 27 across. Delegate with the German eating English taught. Delegate with the German eating English taught. Well done, Catnip. Have a fanfare. And I'm... Oh dear. Was it a new jigsaw, or was it one from... Was it a used one, or... New! Oh, that's rubbish. I'm so sorry, Catnip. It might be on your carpet. Good luck. Delegate. Defer, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's defer, because we're going to get der as the German, and somehow it's eating FE. English, forte. Forte in music is F. So forte becomes... But then we swap the F with the T, just to confuse things even further, to make ditter. Taught becomes forte. English is E, forte is F. Put that in der. And yeah, we can do a swap. This is a complicated puzzle. So that is... What did I swap? I swapped an F for a T. No, I swapped a T for an F. Don't stick the jigsaw puzzle in there. It's not the way to solve it. 31 across. Defeat ridden icons on the subject of sound principles. Okay, sonic. Because that's on the subject of sound. So that's sonic. And it's an anagram of icons. So where is... What's the change? What's the change? Could become ionic, of course. Oh, no, it can't. Also a hedgehog. Yes, very much indeed so. On the subject of sound principles. Defeat. Written. Defeat. It's definitely sonic. Let me know what you think the changes, and then we will see if you're right when you suggest them. Let's do 25 across. Opponents sense I'm stronger. Defect written. I love it. Yes, happy with that. A becomes a C. So it could well be Sonia. Let's do Sonia. That's not our raid phrase. Opponents sense I'm stronger. I want it to be enemy. Have I missed out a thing? Oh, no, I haven't. Nemesis. Okay. Nemesis. It is not our raid phrase effrontery. So it's an anagram. So stranger. Stranger instead of stronger. Has to be nemesis. So there we go. Opponents sense I'm stranger. Yes, they do. 23 down. I appreciate that I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm using all the letters that I can get. Nothing wrong with it. It's just some might think that I'm being, it's a horrible phrasing. And in this world, I like to be sensitive, and it's insensitive. Don't tell me you're insensitive in the chat. Boding creature, but that boding is absolutely changing. From Stephen King, crossed left. Boxing creature, maybe a hare. Biding creature. Boxing. All I can think is boxing. Creature from Stephen King, crossed left. So it's an L in a creature from Stephen King, which is the Thing, isn't it? Isn't it the Thing? So the Thing just because... Thing. Oh, no. I want it to be idling for biding. I want the answer to be idling for biding. Oh, that's true. That's true. So we are going to be using every letter of the... I don't think we've used J yet. Oh, God, help. Okay, I've got to come back to that one. Let's do 24 down. Punched les, not messing around. So that looks like an anagram of les not. Stolen. Pinched, yeah. If instead of punch, that's pinch. You get an anagram of les not messing around. Stolen. So the U becomes an I. So that is just that. Okay. Let's try, because we've got the first two letters of this. 28 down. Rebel, braving new cycle between spins. Rebel, braving new cycle between spins. Yeah, good work, Mark. That's excellent. Okay, could be revel. Between spins, between shins? What's between your shins? Repel. I think repel, maybe. Braving new... A cycle between spins. It's a rinse. And if you... It's rise about the letter N. And then we get a cycle between spins, which is a rinse. So if it's braving, I think... If you rebel, you rise. So it's not braving, it's craving, it's bracing. Thank you, that makes more sense. So a V becomes a C. And that goes there. And we get rinse. Excellent. Let's do 32 across. Not contracted to cut taxes as gifts. Not contracted to cut taxes as gifts. Here's our opportunity for the X. Because we need to be swapping in or out an X at some point. So it could be tails, tames. There's lots of words. That's at least two. Good evening, Neil. Spain. That's where I'm going. You asked me yesterday in the chat, and I was going to say, and then I forgot I'm going to Spain next week. So be prepared for a Spanish sunset of the day next week. Not contracted, so lengthened or slackened or something like that. To cut taxes as gifts, presents, relents. I'm looking forward to it, Meredith. To be honest, I don't know how much I'll do there. I may just go and sit in a hotel room for a week, but because I am absolutely shattered. But I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, I should do a quiz whilst I'm out there. Oh, Neil, that's a genius idea. But I'm not going to tell you about it because I don't want anyone to be prepared for it. Or anyone to expect it. You say that, Meredith, but the USA is so huge, and that's got so many different styles and climates to it and everything that I envy you that you can travel all that. And And I don't mean this in a nasty way. You get to speak English all the time. You know, you get to understand each other a lot easily. I'm going to pick up my learning owl or whatever it is. I'm going to learn, like, yes, no, please, thank you, and where's the loo? I think those are the 5 things I'm going to try and to learn for my trip abroad. Knowing Spanish can help. It will in Spain. Yeah, so I just, like, you get to do all that travelling and everyone speaks the same language. I don't drink, but but oh, that's true. Actually, no, you're absolutely right, Harlow. You're absolutely right, and that's me being slightly ignorant as well. But by and large, yes, but you think I've learned it? I don't know. First letter of this, please. Thank you very much for 32 across, because I am waffling now. Relents, freelance, tea. Talents? Gifts. Okay, gifts are talents. Okay. Not contracted to cut. ¿Dónde está el baño? So why is it talents? What's going on here? Oh my goodness! I regret bringing up what I'm doing next week now. Not contracted NT to cut tails. There we go. So the X becomes L. Can we? Taxants isn't a thing, so that L pops in there. Good. Where am I going now? Let's go with here. 34 across. Someone in debt is an ower. Heard of doweress. Well, it's not heard, it's heart of, maybe? Is it heart? I think it's heart, so that R is going to become a T. It isn't a thing, so that T is going to go there. And here we have 36 cross D, perhaps, with petty cash for the teller. Cents, I think. Oh, I can look back at my memories of the pictures that I've taken on the 1st of September. I'm not going to do that. It isn't centered, no, but, you know, nor is your heart. That's the justification for that one. Your heart is off to the left-hand side slightly. Or for most people. For some people, it's off to the right-hand side. Actually, it is fairly central, thinking about it. It is less to one side than people think. If you see, you sense. Okay. So that can be dense, then. That sense can become dense, and the D becomes C, which is confusing with the S. But anyway, S and D are swapping over with petty cash for the teller. So it's sense, C-E-N-T-S, that becomes sense, S-E-N-S-E. What is this then? 23 down. Boding creature from Stephen King crossed left. I mean, that doesn't look good. That could be an S. What was deter? 27. Oh, sorry. 27 was deter. Yeah, no, that is deter. Oh, okay. Because that makes a much nicer thing, does it? I mean, an L still can't go in there, which is disappointing. So we'll do ewer and take off that T. Oh, edited? Yes, that works. Why would it be edited? Boding creature from Stephen King, cross left. Is there a Ted? Oh no, it. It is the creature. That's sort of the cloud, isn't it? That sort of thing. Okay. Crossed left. Lent. Left, meft, peft, keft, heft, weft. Lift. Crossed. I think it is edited, Meredith. I think it is, but I couldn't tell you why. Because it's ed. or EDES. But that's I'm happy with that. So whilst you lot think about why that might be what it is, let's have a look at 29 down. Trades gotten evaluated. Trades gotten evaluated. If gotten becomes rotten, that's an anagram indicator, and then it could be an anagram of trade, and that is rated. So if it is rated, now gotten becomes rotted, and that because that G can go in the clue, and we get gated. So that is gated. Okay. Let's have a look at 29. Actually, let's have a look at 30 down. We haven't got any clues for it, but it's just the last down clue. Oh, there's also 26 as well. Informed after female used a pun. I'd never do that. Informed after female used a pun. So it's used a pen, maybe, and wrote. So informed might be told. Used a pen. I feel like it's used a pen. Oh, used a gun. Okay, yes. That would be shot. Used a pan. How do you use a pug, Arch? I want specific details. Used a pin. Okay, there's lots of things that it could be. Used a nun. Specific details. Used a pub, yes. Informed. Okay, if you're informed, you're in on. After female. Female is surely F. We're gonna need some crosses for that one. 22. Strive to copy someone's large jowl after hours. Strive to copy someone's large jowl after hours. Could it be a large howl? Strive, attempt, make. To copy is to ape. Someone's large howl or bowl after hours, that'd be H. Marky's got it. What's the first letter, please, Mark? This is a toughie. This is definitely a toughie. Ooh. E. I'll just put edited in there whilst I remember. Strive. Strive to copy someone's large after hours. After hours, you're late. Strive to copy someone's something. So it's, I think that's or strive to copy someone. Emulate. If it's after hours, you're late, and we have a large foul. A large foul for emulate. A large foul after hours is emulate. And if you strive to copy someone, you emulate. So that's good. That, I think, it has to be just emulate. There's no J going on in there. So emulate, and so an F is going in there. Good. Good. Let's have a look at this one. 29 across. Two sizes of gar mating with coastal fish. Two sizes of gar mating with coastal fish. Is going to be jar instead, or two sizes of car. Coastal fish feels like it is the definition. Grunden. That's a type of bin. Is there a grunion? Grunion. I think there is a grunion fish. And now I'm going to be told, no, you're being... Oh, there is. Okay, right, grunion. Why is it grunion? Tell me, people. Tell me, peeps. Why is it grunion? So fish is fish. Two sizes of... Knives out. What was it? The glass onion, or grunion. Knives Out mystery. Two sides. Ah, and there's the Z. There we go. That uses the Z, so the Z becomes a D. So two sides of glass. It's GR. Mating is a union. A mating is a union. There we go. For a grunion. Good. Let's have a look at 33 across. Disguised witches thou questioned. Disguised witches thou questioned. Have got any questions? Disguised witches thou questioned. Disguised hitches? Disguised watches? Thou questioned. Is it a hidden? Oh, not getting this. If you can use a different phrasing of that mark, that would be appreciated in future, just in case you don't necessarily know what that means. I probably don't. Just so anyway, yes, please don't use that phrasing of just something just like got the overall meta or something like that. So we know that someone's cracked the whole thing, so that is good. So thou is a grand, okay. Yes, I do know what you mean, but just saying. So questioned, disguised witches, and then so that thou could be G or K or M, of course, because it's an irritating number, but it's probably G. Asked, is it asked? Because K. Because if you question, you ask. Is it asked? Because you question, you ask. Okay, what's doing the changing there? Disguised is masked, and ditches, thou for M. I'm happy with that. So so W becomes D. Yes, and then you can have a skew. You can very much have a skew. So that is that. Let's have a look. I'm going to immediately go to 26 now because it looks like snowed or something. Snuffed a little tobacco, interrupting broadcast. Snuffed a little tobacco, interrupting broadcast. Oh dear. Do you not have the Masked Singer? They're very much disguised. Love the Masked Singer. It's a guilty pleasure because I don't know, it feels quite lowbrow, but I just love it. It's such a genius show. I just love it. It's silly, it's fun, it's a guessing game, just love it. Snuffed a little tobacco. Interrupting broadcast. I want the broadcast to be something like news or something like that. I mean, stuffed. How about stuffed instead of snuffed? I think it is. I think it's going to be stuffed. So maybe that isn't a skew. Because maybe that was... What did I think it was? That was 33. Maybe it is asked. Okay, let's try 21. Because the W in witches becomes ditches, and so the D in asked becomes a skew. So it's the... Oh, no! Yeah, the W from witches moves to the answer. Yeah. 35 we've not looked at. Peg and the lass from Scotland got choppers. Teethed. If you got choppers, you teethed. So Peg is T. The is the. The last from Scotland, not the last, the last from Scotland got choppers. And then the T, the S becomes a T, and we can swap that out, and that becomes seethed. Okay, I was all over that one. Occasionally, I can do a thing. 21 down. Certain blips in each scanner. Well, each is per. Certain clips in each spanner, in each scanner. Perused. Perusey, because or peruser. What's the letter that's going to change? Scanner. Spanner. In each spanner. Per. Certain. What's certain doing? Maybe it's curtain. Oh, flips. I like that. So certain. If you're certain, you're sure. There you go. Sure. And that flips in each. So we put sure backwards in that, and then we get peruser. And then a scanner is someone who peruses. So that B becomes an F. And that will go there. Peruser. Good. So marked activity around the end of day took steps. So it's 7 letters, begins D-R-E. Marked activity around the end of day took steps. Yeah, good work, Stephen. Marked. Masked. Masked activity could be dancing, singing. Around the end of day, letter Y. Took steps. Took stops. Because I was thinking that this one ends ED, so this one could also end ED. Dredged. At the end of day. Where would the Y be coming in from there? Let's have a look at 30 down, see if this helps us. 30 down. Informed after female used a pun. Joked. Used a pen. Used a pen, inked. Used a pen is inked. Now, why is it that? Why is it that Marky V? Not Marky V, it's a different Mark. Mark, I know who you are, Mark. I've spoken to you on Discord and everything. Informed after female. Finked. Finked is informed. Oh, a fink is a person who informs. Yes, okay. That is not a word that I'd heard of before. After the female, so after that, used a pen. So a U becomes an E. That's just going to go there. Okay. Dreaded. Is that going to be dreaded? Took steps. Dreaded. Marked activity. Masked. I know who you are, Marky V, and I keep saying Marky V because you're the one who talks all the blooming time. And so it's lovely to have a proper Mark in the chat. I will say that. Mark, so that's got to be dreaded, right? Around the end of day, though. Oh no, I mean that could be the first end of day. Market activity. Okay, market activity is trade, but it's around, so it's reversed. I'll never live that down, Catnip. Oh, there's a game out there that's one versus many. It's a board game, sort of one versus a team of 3 or 4. And I would love to buy it, and I will be the one, and I will be the one who you've got to defeat in a board game. You know, so there's a team of 3 of you and things like that, and you've got to defeat. I'd love that. Maybe we'll do that one day. So trade. Okay. Around E. Plus D, but we've got. But how does that work? There's no T here. I don't understand it. So market activity. So D becomes a T. Oh, so it's treaded, but it becomes dreaded. So took steps is treaded. There we go. That's the bit that I've not spotted. Okay, so we've just got snowed. Let's have a quick look at what these extra letters are. Oh, there might be an H or something. So no. So every letter of the alphabet is seen at least once as a misprint. Yes, in clue order, read the corrected letters in these 19 clues to find out where the misprinted letters must go. Office. So it's something office. So it's what we have so far is TENEADL. EDER office. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there is one missing. I think it's office. Okay. So we've misparsed something here. Let's have a look at the last clue. 26 down. Snuffed a little. Oh, how about if you broadcast would be said. Basically, I want snuffed to change. Possibly to scuffed. A little tobacco then could be scud or scad. Broadcast. Yeah. I think the answer is snowed. But it's come away from stowed. Yes. Yes, if you stuff something away, you stow it. Like you stuff something in a locker, you stow it in a locker. So it's stowed, but it becomes snowed. So snuffed becomes stuffed. So a little tobacco is... Oh, I don't think I know that word. Interrupting broadcast. Stod. A little tobacco is T. So sowed. Oh, if it was broadcast, it was sowed. Like you... Yeah. So what is this missing letter? And what is this? I'm actually going to have to be told this, I think. What is the missing letter? And can I get a confirmation that everything here is correct? I want it to be... the Postmaster General Office. Dead Letter Office. Oh, okay. So we've gone quite a bit wrong. Office is definitely correct. So that D... Oh no, that should be a T. That should be a T for a start. Yep, okay, we should check all these. So that becomes a T. So we know I've also missed another T. So maybe the other T comes in here for the source in Cuba. So 5 down. The answer is Delta. A source in Cuba was first misguided to Rivermouth. Yeah. So letter office is 12, so we only need another 7, and the dead. A source in tuba, so that's T. The source of tuba is T. was A is A, source of tuber is T, was first is led, all backwards, as in you led a race. It is T. There's your T. So now let's see. So we need an H somewhere in here. Maybe we didn't know what was going on in this clue, so it's going to be an H in here. Find heaven in Panama Canal. Hitching A. I think it's got to be hitching rather than pitching, but I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So we've got the, and I reckon I've just done a silly thing and written N instead of D here. Oh no! Ooh, equality about ground mines in blackout. We've got blank out at the moment, and we need a D. But of course, there might be a pun going on. The Ned letter, no. Oh, it's literally 7 of Panama Canal. But then I don't like that clue. Whatever's going on there. A duality. Bloody hell! What a spot from Stephen. A duality. So that is 2 A's. A duality. 2 of them. AA about an anagram of mines. Very good, Stephen. Have a rim shot for that. I don't know why. Oh, hind 7. Oh yes, you can have a point. Those are some quality words that we're coming up with at the end of that. So that is in fact D, not N, and that is the dead letter office, and that is where these misprints should firmly be sent, and that is misprints. Hooray!